A new lifeline is launching in rural St. Louis County. It is an EMS program that stations paramedics in specially equipped SUVs designed to reach emergency minutes before an ambulance actually can get there.
And Northern News Now's Kyrie Johnson spent the day learning how the program works and why officials say it could be critical for rural communities.
With rural stretches that are tough to cover and EMS staffing that's stretched thin, a new pilot program called Sprint Medic could be the difference between life or death for people who live far from hospitals. The Sprint Medic program was created through the Rural Emergency Medical Services Aid Package, passed by the Minnesota Legislature in 2024. It's aiming to tackle the growing challenges for EMS crews in rural Minnesota.
The services are really struggling to pay the bills, put gas in the rigs, and pay their people, and they're not getting paid very much. So it's really been an issue that has kind of been brewing over the years.
This new pilot program will place paramedics from the Virginia Fire Department into the field as sprint medics. One will be positioned in the Tower area, the other covering Orr, Cook, and the Boys Fort region. Each sprint medic will be driving an SUV loaded with advanced life support equipment, including cardiac monitors, ventilators, and critical medications.
But for us here in northern Minnesota, it is a new concept to have that person forward stage in an area to help these struggling departments.
Their job is to roam the service area and be ready to respond immediately. Officials say the improvement in response times will be dramatic.
When you call 911, instead of taking 10, 15, 20 minutes to get an ambulance there, our sprint medics will be en route within a minute.
The state has allocated $2.7 million to fund the Sprint Medic pilot through June of 2027. And leaders hope programs like this one will become standard in rural EMS.
And bringing that initial advanced life support to the citizens that are in need of it in a fraction of the time that they currently can expect to wait.
The vehicles will be in service starting next Monday. In Virginia, Kyrie Johnson, Northern News Now.
Thank you, Kyrie. And those Sprint medics will work Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.